Welcome to Science Easy Tech channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about various methods of cooking which comes under Unit 9, that is Cookery Rules and Preservation of Nutrients. Before moving on to the topic, if you are new to Science Easy Tech channel, just take a moment to subscribe our channel and also to press the notification bell icon in order to get connected with our latest updates. Let's move on to the topic. See, already I have posted a video on part 1 and part 2 with regard to principles of cooking and preservation of nutrients. If you have not watched those two videos, I have given the part 1 and part 2 link in description box. Please go and watch it. So in this part 3 video, we are going to discuss about methods of cooking. So what is cooking? So food preparation helps in combining various food ingredients in various ways with delicate flavors, textures and color which will be appealing to the senses. Food has to be pleasing in appearance and taste so that it can be consumed. Understanding food behavior in scientific terms helps in choosing best method of cooking. Food preparation is an important step in meeting the nutritional needs of the family. See, many of the food items we cannot eat it raw. So we have to make it into cooking so that it improves the flavor, it improves the color, it improves the texture, it will be appealing to the senses, it will be providing satiety like that. So we have to cook the food and we have to eat. Foods like fruits, vegetables and nuts can be eaten raw. You can consume it raw. But many food items has to be cooked to bring about desirable changes. The process of subjecting foods to heat is termed as cooking. So the process of subjecting foods to the action of heat is termed as cooking. So how you will be cooking? So you will be using heat to cook. So heat energy is transferred to food by means of conduction, convection, radiation or microwave energy in cooking. So what are all the various modes of heat transferred to food in cooking? It is by means of conduction, convection, radiation and microwave energy. Cooking can be taken place by means of moist heat and dry heat. So moist means what? You are using water and steam for cooking. Whereas in case of dry heat, you are using either air or fat for cooking. Let's see the definition of cooking. Cooking can be defined as the transfer of energy. What energy? Heat energy. The transfer of energy from one source to another. This energy alters the food's molecular structure, changing its texture, flavor, aroma and appearance and thus making it safe to consume. So here what energy you are using? Heat energy. This heat energy will be altering some changes in the food material like molecular structure as well as structure of the texture of the food, flavor, aroma as well as appearance, thus making it safe to consume. So what are the objectives of cooking? Why the food should be cooked? So it improves the taste and food quality, destruction of microorganisms, improves digestion, increases variety. So in the same dish you can prepare many number of food items. For example, if you are taking chicken, so you can prepare chicken kadai, chicken fried pepper chicken, like that. So many items you can have. Increases availability of nutrients. So once you are cooking the food, so suppose this meat and all will become tender and it will be easy for digestion. The proteins will become very much easily digestible by the body when you are undergoing cooking. Increases antioxidant value of the nutrients. Then concentrates the nutrients, removes pesticides. This is very important. So the pesticides, everything will be destroyed by means of cooking. Then removes natural toxins which are present in the food substances naturally. Okay, removes natural toxins which are present in the food substances naturally. Some nuts, everything will be having some toxins like aflatoxins like that and all, so which can be removed by means of cooking. So these are the objectives of cooking. Moving on to the classification of cooking methods, you have moist heat method, dry heat method and combination method. Under moist heat method means what I told. So it is using water or steam for cooking. So what and all comes here? Boiling, stewing, steaming, pressure cooking, poaching and blanching. So these things comes under moist heat methods. I repeat, boiling, stewing, steaming, pressure cooking, poaching and blanching. So what and all comes under dry heat methods? Roasting, grilling, toasting, baking, sorting, frying. Roasting, grilling, toasting, baking, sorting, frying. So for dry heat method, what you are using? So you are using either air or you are using little amount of fat for it. Okay. So combination method. Combination method means involving both moist heat method and dry heat method. Example, braising. So we will see in detail each method with its advantages and disadvantages. So in this video, as I told earlier, I am going to concentrate only on moist heat methods. In my next part 4 video, I will be dealing with dry heat methods and combination methods. So we will see what is moist heat method. So moist heat method, here food comes in contact with moisture either by water or steam under pressure, that is pressure cooking. So either it can be directly cooked in water or it can be cooked by means of steam under pressure. Some common ways of cooking of food by moist heat methods are described. So what are they? First is boiling. So boiling is cooking food in a liquid, water, milk at boiling point. So what is the boiling point? 100 degrees Celsius or centigrade. Okay. So boiling is a method of cooking foods by just immersing them in water at 100 degrees centigrade and maintaining water at the temperature till the food becomes tender or the food is cooked. For example, water you can boil, milk you can boil, stock you can boil, rice, egg, dal, meat, roots, that is potatoes and tubers, or cooked by means of boiling method. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of boiling? Advantages. Boiling is very safe and simple method of cooking. It is suitable for large scale cooking. Boiled food is easily digested. So you are boiling the food and you are staining it. So that is it can be easily digested. Egg and all, if you are boiling, it is easily digested. Okay. So milk you used to boil and you used to drink. Okay. Disadvantages. While boiling, most of the water soluble nutrients are lost in water. While the water has been discarded, most of the food has been nutrients in food has been discarded. Okay, some people may not like boiled food as it is very bland. Okay, only boiled food if you want to take, it is very bland, so some may not like it to take. Okay. So next is stewing. So what is stewing? So here you will be using only minimal amount of water, and from the water the steam is coming. No, with that steam and minimal amount of water the food will be cooked. So when food is cooked with heat from water vapors, it is called stewing. So this method will be requiring only minimal amount of water so that the steam from the water can be used for cooking. So stewing is a long and slow cooking method where food is cut into pieces and it will be cooked only with minimal amount of fluid or liquid, the water, stock or sauce. The food and the cooking liquid are served together. So here the food as well as the cooking liquid also, it is served together. In this slow method of cooking, the liquid is heated to boiling point and heat is reduced to maintain simmering temperature. So first what they used to bring the food to boiling point and the heat is reduced to maintain the temperature should be maintained between 82 to 90 degrees centigrade, just below the boiling point. So you have to sim it and you have to maintain the temperature between 82 degrees centigrade to 90 degrees centigrade. Let's see the advantages and disadvantages of stewing. Advantages: in stewing, the juices of the food are retained and the food tastes good because you are not going to discard the water because you have used only minimal water and that is going to be retained. So the nutrients is going to be consumed better because you are not discarding the water. Disadvantages: it is a slow process because by means of a small amount of water and steam you are cooking, so it is a slow process, so that the consumption of fuel, the gas, is going to get wasted. Okay. Next, moving on to steaming. It is a method of cooking food in steam generated vigorously by boiling water in a pan. The food should be steamed, is to be placed in a container, and it should not be in direct contact with water or liquid. Example: idli, custard, idiyappam are made by steaming. So below that you will be pouring water, and above that you will be placing this idli. Okay, in idli cooker also, what you are placing the water down, and you are cooking the idlis from the steam what is generated by means of the water which is heated under. So the vegetables can be steamed, idiyappam, okay, can be done by means of steaming method. So what are the advantages and disadvantages? Steaming shortens the duration of cooking. So very minimal time you can cook. So idli and all, hardly 10 to 15 minutes it can be cooked easily by means of steaming, and helps to conserve the nutrient value, color, texture and flavor, and palatability of the food is retained. Steamed food is light, nutritious, and also it is easy to digest. That's why when we are sick, they used us to take idiyappam or idli, which is easily digestible, because these foods are cooked by means of steaming. Such foods are good especially for people who are sick people, or people with weak digestion, or for the elderly people. Young children also can be served with steamed food. For steamed food, who are having digestive problems, who are sick people, who are having fever, who are elderly, old age people, and young children can consume this steamed food because digestion is very easy. Disadvantages: for this, steaming equipment is required. So you require what? Steaming equipment. This method is limited to the preparation of selection of foods. Okay, so only a few foods you can be do by means of steaming. Not all the types of foods you can do by means of steaming, and you need a steaming equipment. For example, for idli you need an idli cooker for preparation of idli. Next is pressure cooking. When steam under pressure, it is also just like steaming, but here you are using some pressure. Okay, some pressure for cooking. So when steam under pressure is used, this method is known as pressure cooking, and the equipment used is called as pressure cooker. So you need to use an equipment which is called as pressure cooker. So in this method, the temperature of boiling point can be raised above 100 degrees centigrade. So more than 100 degrees centigrade, the temperature is increased. Rice, meat, root, tubers are usually pressure cooked. Rice, meat, root, that is potatoes, okay, tapioca, sweet potatoes and all, and tubers can be used by means of pressure cooker or pressure cooking. Advantages and disadvantages of pressure cooking. Advantages: so it kills the bacteria, and hence the food is safe and hygienic to eat. The food gets cooked faster. It saves fuel, time and energy. Several foods can be together in the pressure cooker by using separate container. So when you are buying pressure cooker itself, the big pressure cooker, they used to give 3 containers, so that you can use all the 3 containers, and at the same time at the top you can use some vegetables, at the bottom you can use some rice, at the middle you can use some dals, like that. So you can cook at the same time all the 3, so that it is going to save your fuel, time as well as energy. It is necessary to immerse food in water while cooking, and this reduces the loss of nutrients. So when you are doing a cooking, you can immerse the food in water, so that most of the nutrients will be, water soluble nutrients will be retained in that water. Okay. So what are the disadvantages? You require a special equipment like a pressure cooker. Then if the food is cooked for a very long time, it can be burnt or it can be charred. Okay, charred or burning can be take place. So knowledge of the use, care and maintenance of cooker is very important. Otherwise sometimes the cooker can burst, and it can lead to burns or scalds. Okay, then careful watch on the cooking time is required to prevent overcooking. You should not overcook also. Okay, so that is also very important in case of using pressure cooker. So these are all the disadvantages of pressure cooking. Next is poaching. This involves cooking in minimum amount of liquid at temperature 80 to 85 degrees centigrade. So only you are using minimal amount of liquid, so which is below the boiling point, that is 80 degrees centigrade to 85 degrees centigrade. Foods generally that are poached are egg, fish and fruits. So egg is a very good example for poaching. So you have to add a little salt or vinegar to avoid coagulation of the egg or fish like that. So add a little amount of salt or vinegar to prevent coagulation. Eggs gets cooked quickly by means of poaching. So apart from fish and fruits, egg is a very good method you can use by means of poaching method of cooking. What are the advantages and disadvantages of poaching? Coming to advantages, a variety of liquids can be used. So I don't know liquid, you can use water, you can use milk, you can use syrup, you can use wine, or you can use stock. So liquid can improve the flavor. Which type of liquid you are using, that will be improving the flavor. Foods become more digestible, ideal for high protein rich foods like egg, fish. Disadvantages, constantly you have to supervise. Okay, range of suitable foods is limited. So I told you cannot cook all the types of foods by means of poaching. Only a few like vegetables or fruits or fish, egg can be cooked. So foods can become overcooked quickly, so you have to constantly supervise it. Blanching. In meal preparation, it is often necessary only to peel off the skin of fruits and vegetables without making them tender. This can be achieved by blanching. Example, tomatoes can be blanched in this method. So what you have to do, first you have to boil the water. Then what you have to do, put the tomatoes in that water for 5 seconds to 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes you can put. So if you are doing like that, what will happen, this process is called as blanching. First you heat the water to boiling temperature, then you can put the tomatoes or any vegetables just for peeling purpose. So after that, what you have to do, it is very easy. So the texture of the food will be changed. So it is very easy to remove the skin or peel the skin without softening the food. The tomato shape and size will be like that, only the skin will be removed. So for sauce preparations, tomato sauce preparations and all, they will be doing blanching before doing the preparation. So what are the advantages and disadvantages? Peel. You can peel the skin of the vegetables easily. Destroys enzymes that brings about spoiling of the food. Then texture can be maintained while improving the color and flavor of the food. Disadvantages, loss of nutrients if cooking water is discarded. If you are going to discard the cooking water, some amount of water soluble vitamins will be retained in that water, so that will be destroyed. So these are the methods of moist heat methods of cooking. So what and all we have seen? We have seen boiling, stewing, steaming, pressure cooking, poaching, and finally blanching. So in my next video, I'll be discussing about dry heat methods and combination methods. So hope this video is clear for you all. If you still have any doubts, please feel free to post your doubts in comment section. My previous videos link I have given in description box. Please go and watch it. Thank you friends. If you like my video, please give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to Science Easy Tech channel.